How is everybody doing today? And in this video, we are going to be on the content creator experience server because yes, today we are going to be showcasing off Aglaea, which I think is very exciting just because she is going to be our first of many remembrance DPS characters that we'll be receiving in the future. And her being the first of its kind is of course going to bring some excitement to everybody looking at picking up Aglaea or just using her for the most part. So I can't wait to show this off, and let's go ahead and showcase her off. And remember, anything you see here may or may not change depending on live release, so keep that in mind when you see the showcase. All right, so we are going to go ahead and take in Aglaea with, of course, Robin, Sunday, and huohuo. Yes, I'm not gonna lie, this is a little much for Aglaea, but if you want to talk about having as many turns as possible, hitting as many times as possible, and huohuo being there for the GOAT status of giving energy to the whole entire team, then this is probably one of the best teams that Aglaea could possibly be on. So we're going to take in Aglaea with this and see how she fares, because not gonna lie, this is going to be like her peak performance right now. And of course, I think the relics on Aglaea aren't going to be as perfect as many would grind for their first remembrance character, but we're just gonna go ahead and see what we can do. So of course we're gonna go ahead and skill with Robin, get that attack boost for everybody. And then now, since we already have the memo sprite up, we kind of don't need to use the skill. The skill gives HP to the memo sprite. So what we're gonna do is do a basic attack on the, I forgot what the status effect is called, it's like the seam something. And then we're gonna go ahead and boost up Aglaea once more, and then after that we're gonna do another basic, getting an extra bit of electric damage. And I love seeing that Sunday can boost up Aglaea and the memo sprite. It's just so cool to see Sunday in full effect doing this. Now we're gonna go ahead and throw in the ultimate, and now we have the joint attacks, which is gonna be really freaking fun. And for the most part, we get to just spam huohuo's ultimate because of this team being really skill point friendly, with Sunday with his light cone giving the skill point back, and same thing goes for someone like Robin. She doesn't really take turns at all. huohuo has her heal that last 2 turns, so she doesn't really need it all the time. And we have Aglaea, who doesn't need it either. So this team is very skill point friendly for the most part. And we're gonna save this for later. Actually, before all these attacks go through, we'll just use it right now. That makes the most sense. And then we're gonna go ahead and use huohuo's ult to get the Aglaea ult back as fast as possible. Same thing goes for Sunday's ult, which also regenerates energy, which is really good. And look at all that AoE happening. And then here's the joint attack. Ooh. It's just so cool to see Aglaea go a butt ton of turns. And it's because every time you use the joint attack, you do get increased speed. So you'll be taking a lot of turns because of this. And this is just overall really freaking strong to see Aglaea ramp up as the battle goes on, which I think is really freaking cool. So of course, we're going to do damage here. We're going to go ahead and do the joint attack once again. We're going to wait until the memo sprite does their attack, and then we're going to use our ults once more. This boosts us up to the very top because it gives advance forward. And this is more damage. Boom. Ooh, you love to see it. Now, it sucks that we couldn't beat it in time for the cycle to end, but these guys are really tanky overall. So it's not a surprise that these guys are going to survive past that 0 cycle phase. But there you go, that's one. And like I said, this Aglaea isn't built to perfection the way a lot of people would expect. Another basic. This character just goes on, and it's really cool to see it. Plus, Robin getting a lot of value with how many times you're attacking, which is really good overall. He's going to go ahead and take our souls. And with that being done, we are going to, of course, we are going to break the spears so that we can just take out all this health. Right now, we do get the joint attack, and I also want to use it after we get the memo sprite over with. The memo sprite gets to go one more time. Holy, it's insane how many times you get to go. That's one. That's good. Then we use our ultimate, get the joint attack once more, and then we're gonna go ahead and use this. Yeah, we're gonna use this. And then Robin comes back to us. We're going to go right back into the ultimate, back into huohuo as well. And we're still in 1 cycle, which is really nice. We have the 522. Holy moly. And then we're going to get a lot of damage up because of these spears as well, because they just do so much damage to this boss in specific. See, 1 million. Holy. And then here we go. We should have a KO for the first bar. I think it does suck that Huohuo does take up the Memo Sprite as a slot for her healing, because it kind of makes it boil down to 2 characters on the team actually get the healing, which can be a little troublesome. But we are going to use the ult. That way we can boost ourselves back to the top of the cycle. We are going to use the basic onto the spears. And then we're going to use our ult on Sunday. Give us some energy. Boom. We do get energy from this MLC, so it does allow Aglaea to keep her actual, what is it called, Memo Sprite up as much as possible. But I don't see yourself getting in too much of a problem with her energy, as long as you have Huohuo on the team. And Sunday, it's pretty much going to be the same exact thing, in all honesty. These guys go so fast. Like, they're almost at the top of the action line already. Holy crap. This is insane. They just get to go so many different times. It's wild. And we have so many skill points too. Like, what am I supposed to do with all of this? I'm trying to see what I can do here, because holy, we are like stocked up on everything right now. Then another Robin ult because of the energy we have, so we get to boost everyone back forward. There's like, how many times can we possibly go? Like, this is an insane amount of attacks. Oh! This was insane. That was 2 cycles right there for the bosses. Like I said, MOC has gotten really tanky as of late, but holy crap, is that such a fun team to run. Now, we do have 86, 154. I'm pretty sure the crit damage could be a bit better when it comes to the amount that people usually would grind for. But we did use Sunday for the extra crit damage, and of course you do get a boost as well of the dispel that you get a 20% crit rate. So we're basically at 100 for the most part. We are a little bit over capped actually, so it's actually pretty nice to have a lower damage floor that we could have had with Aglaea. That way we could showcase a little bit more in relatability, although we did use Robin this Sunday, which I think is a really fun team in the most part. And then Huohuo's there being the GOAT when it comes to giving the energy to the whole entire team, because everyone benefits from it. From Robin being able to give her ultimate almost non-stop back-to-back. Same thing goes with Sunday, giving the energy towards Aglaea, and then Huohuo giving the whole team to everybody. It is overall really good synergy with ultimates. Of course, we are rocking the Memo Sprite relic set for the crit damage, and the same thing goes for the planar ornaments as well. So we're getting a lot of extra crit damage from these 2 sets, and that's pretty much it when it comes to Aglaea and how we've been playing with her. She's a really fun unit overall. She is the definition of how many times can I go, and the answer is yes. It is really cool to see her as the first remembrance unit and keeping up with when a user ultimate. Now, I may not have been using her the best of my ability if there's a more optimal way to play it, but I do think having that skill, I guess you could say, to make sure that you're managing the resources efficiently with the HP of the Memo Sprite, and also to keep the Memo Sprite up as much as possible. That way they don't despawn and then you have to bring them back with the skill that Aglaea has. And it didn't seem like we had to heal the Memo Sprite at all either with Aglaea, because Huohuo was able to do so much with everyone using their ultimates, with Robin helping out, with someone like Sunday helping out, and the same thing with Aglaea herself. They're just doing so much damage. They're going so many times. They're popping their ultimates. Huohuo's able to get off the heal. This team just does really well. And Aglaea's a pretty fun character. I can't wait for her to come out on global. I don't know if I will be pulling for her, but she is definitely a worth unit and really fun one as well. But we'll have to see what is in store for us in the future versions for 3.0. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the video. See y'all in the next one, and peace.